blessed on Mr. Partridge. They said to me, to get a mortgage, you need an income letter. I thought it was free. They said patriotism is the last refuge, but now it's me. And water's flowing down the mountain, but a tree is blocking.
Did him before.
Maybe that's why he's on his own.
Hey, I'm Marcus Tardrew, one of the directors and foil designers at Code Foils. Yeah, I'm lucky enough to live here on the Gold Coast in Australia. We've got some amazing foiling conditions here, especially for surf and the odd downwinder, so very lucky. Yeah, so recently I was unlucky enough to be dealt 2 surgeries in a row. Had a hip surgery which kind of put me out for 3 to 4 weeks, and then literally as I was recovered from that I had a stomach surgery. I had a hernia repair, but I also, the more major part of it was I don't know what they call it, but they pull your stomach muscles back to where they should be because they had separated too much. I can't lay on a board, and yeah, got pretty much 3 months out of the water and kind of felt like I could move well enough, but I can't lay on a board. Josh kind of knew my situation, and yeah, him and the guys at Foil Drive sent me a unit, and the only way I can surf foil is with a foil drive because I can't lay on a board and paddle. So yeah, it's been a lifesaver. Anyone knows if you're out of the water or, you know, out of action and in general, you can't exercise for that long, mentally it's a struggle. Yeah, so really lucky that the foil drive came along and it's got me back in the water where I would not have been in the water otherwise. Yeah, I'd still be on the sidelines. So it's been a massive blessing to be back in the water. You know, I've never used a foil drive before, so it's new to me, but the fact I can kind of unweight my belly off the board as I transition to my feet and then, yeah, get tons of waves, it's great. And I actually think it's probably going to make me a better foiler in the long run. So I never probably really thought that the foil drive was for me, and I kind of looked at the foil drive like a rehab tool, and I'll use it until I can prone again, and then, you know, maybe it'll gather dust. But the one thing I've noticed is that there is days that I never used to foil that I will now foil, because it might be too big to chip, and you can get in earlier, out wider. It opens a lot of doors for sure, and I think it's gonna probably, instead of gathering dust when I can prone, I got a feeling it's gonna be used 50% of the time. You know, maybe. The Gold Coast has kind of very varying conditions, and we can quite often get swell that might be too big. And those were the days where, you know, the bike comes out and go into the hills or something. But it's gonna, for me, it will open up a lot more water time for sure. Which is the part, you know, going back a step where I think I'll become a better foiler because of it, because I will foil more and I'll foil in more conditions, more, you know, whereas I used to just not go when it was like that. When I prone, I get less waves. So I'm so focused on staying on foil and doing the turns, and maybe you're even a little bit more cautious sometimes, because especially in your first few turns, you're like, I've still got energy, I don't want to crash, I want to pump out and get the section. So with the foil drive, you're obviously not too worried about that. And the one thing, you know, I want to tidy up some things with my the way I look on foil and, you know, get better. Oh, you can always surf better. Like no one is perfect. And the good thing that you have so much time, you drop into the wave and you can get your feet right, get into the spot where you're out in the flat and slow it down to bring back that bottom turn. And it makes me think about it. So I feel like the thing that it's doing for me already is I'm changing the habits that I want to change because I have so much more time on foil. I spend more time doing these turns, and while I'm doing them, I can, you know, I come into the wave, I'm like, okay, focus on that weird backhand that you've got, you know. And I do that as I come into the wave, and then all those turns, it's sort of in the back of my mind while I'm obviously concentrating on the turns, whereas I'd never used to do that on the prone. So I think it's gonna all come back to being better on the prone, which for me, you know, you can never replace that agility and the freeness of the prone, but it's for sure a tool that I think can build, you know, your skill when you switch back, and yeah, also just get way more water time for sure. Yeah, I have no idea how long it's until I can prone again, so it's, who knows, like I might get back on the prone and be better than I was when I left because of this, which is a kind of a crazy thought. So super fortunate to kind of be in the place I am now, where Code has got to a point where I can work for Code, and so can my brother Ben, and we both share design duties. That's kind of our passion. We do a lot of other stuff for Code that's less passion, but you know, you got to do the dirty work too. But the great thing is we pretty much get on the water whenever we can, and the job allows us to do that. It has to, because we're the foil designers. So yeah, we're on the phone, see where it's good, and meet up and test foils, and that's fun. I mean, you're going foiling. So for me, I need to be active, you know, at least I try to every day, because I don't enjoy the office work part of it, and it is part of it, unfortunately. And you know, being a tradesman my whole life, you're active where you're on the tools, going up and down ladders. That is kind of by default your mental, like you're getting physically active, and that keeps you mentally healthy a little bit. So we try and get on the water whenever we can, like daily if we can. And the more we're on the water, the better we are at our job as designers as well. And yeah, I mean, this is all kind of coming back to the foil drive. You know, we've got 2 units here now. We're going to be on the water, getting more data, I guess. So yeah, it's pretty amazing. You know, Ben was my apprentice as well so he was the same trade, you know, fixing air cons, and we've both now got to a point where we don't need to do that anymore, and it's cool. Like our whole job, we still work together. We've just gone from one thing to another, and it's cool. Like your brother, generally in most families, they like your best mate, so we foil with our best mate. I'm speaking for him there too. So yeah, it's perfect. I mean, it's pretty awesome life. So it's been amazing to watch the rise of foil drive, and it's kind of almost like Code. You know, we're one of the new Aussie brands that have been going okay in the last few years, and yeah, we already knew them, and you know, because you meet them they're in the industry, and to get to work with them and build the integrated mast has been really cool. It's a bit of tech that, you know, we probably you couldn't do it without foil drive, because we're not into electronics and stuff. So to have the integrated mast is amazing. I haven't never foil driven without the integrated mast, so maybe I'm just lucky, but I imagine it being a lot draggy when you look at those plastic pods. So yeah, I think the really cool thing is that the foil drive world is getting more kind of performance based, and it's getting closer to the real thing, you know, like prone foiling, I guess. It's with the trench boards, you know, when you touch down, you're not feeling the box grab. yeah, today was my first session on the trench with the 11 centimeter, and I was really worried that that was going to be too close and I was just going to be hopeless. And I actually found it easier. I've been using the 11 on a wingboard up until today, and I thought, you know, I've got an extra whatever the box is of height, and I thought that was making it possible. And today was actually easier, having it even closer to the board but not having the box there, because you're not dragging that through the water. So that was cool. And also you're kind of shortening the mast. You know, you've got that extra length that you don't really want. So for me, it felt way more natural. I usually prone on a 75 or an 80, and now I'm back to that. Our master's a 78. So yeah, it's cool. It feels like it's so close now to prone foiling, which is what we all want. Yeah, those that know me know I'm a huge mountain bike nerd, love it. It's my other passion, it's my other love for sure. And it just, this whole foil assist thing has been going on for a long time in the mountain bike world. It's now probably the biggest industry in mountain bikes because it's come so slick. Now it's hard to know that you're on an e-mountain bike with a lot of them, especially the light e-mountain bikes. So yeah, it's crazy to see. I mean, if you think about where foil drive started with the box that went on the deck, and now it's got that thing, and yeah, it's going to be crazy. I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes because I think it's amazing right now. It's really good, but I got a feeling it's gonna go like next level at some stage. Yeah, so everyone who start again. Imagine you just had a fuck up reel of all the times I do that. It could go for hours.